hold on one second. I just closed out all my windows because I'm an idiot. I like so I
Delete, delete.
thought because you were like, oh well, we're gonna be back at like 1 or 2, and I'm like, okay, great, I have
I'm
time. And then,
sorry. I was
then
so much faster than I thought. I'm
I you
sorry.
were no, but that's okay. Um, so I decided like I had to get printer ink, and like we get our printer ink from Costco, which is like right down the road, so it's like not a big deal. But um I was like, okay, well, let me go at like 9 right when it opens. So there's like not a shit
Mm,
ton of people doing their weekend shopping there.
mhm,
And like the parking lot's not a madhouse, and just
mhm.
get it out of the way. And then that way I can like go about my day as normal. And so I was in and out of Costco in 5 minutes. And then by the like in the 5 minutes that I like was exiting Costco, you were like, okay, I'm ready. And I'm just like, okay, well,
I'm
and I'm like
sorry.
driving, I'm like in the car on the way home,
You
and you're
should have
like, I'm
just.
logging on now. And I'm like, okay, great, be there in a
Oh,
minute.
sorry, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
was much faster than I thought. We like walked in and I was like, oh, okay, well, we're all good.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You're totally fine. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Blair.
And I'm Kirsten, and we are mediocre
Mediocre
content. And it is so hot.
Really? Because here it's like kind of cold.
When I tell you that I have the worst swamp ass just walking out
my
the
God.
door. It has been so rough. Like this morning, my hair was still kind of wet. I mean, you see the travesty on my head right now. My hair was still kind of wet, and it has just been full bush mode. Like I feel like movie one Hermione Granger. If you need a
Yes.
reference.
No, it's so true. In like the best way though.
Yes, it's bad.
But it is like you have that wig on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
1,000%.
I thought I was gonna put
I
it back in its braid, but clearly I didn't.
So for reference, I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now and I'm very comfortable. It is cold and rainy and like very Pacific Northwesty outside today.
That
It's
sounds
very
lovely. Very forks, if
very
you
forks.
will.
Yeah, no, it really is.
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
I need to watch that again. It's so
Bro,
bad.
I think of every time somebody says something about the movies, I'm like, I really need to dive back into the books.
The
Like
way,
read.
first of all, if you
Yeah,
haven't read the ACOTAR series, you need to read that.
I haven't.
Kirsten, I'm telling you, it is life changing.
Okay.
I'm like savoring the last book because I haven't
Sure.
read it yet. And I'm procrastinating because I don't want it to end.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so good. And a lot of people are like, it's too spicy, but I don't think it's like it has a plot line other than the spiciness. So I
Which is
feel,
what I would
and
appreciate. Yeah.
yes, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very good. It's very good. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, if you're looking for a Twilight
Sure.
substitute, I feel like that is the new Twilight.
Is it now?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think so. The movies of Twilight though,
Yes.
so terrible but so good.
I agree. I
The way
honestly
that I thought that it was peak drama
it
as
was.
a 13-year-old. Oh my
Okay,
God.
look, I feel like the whole people, everybody that's just like the books were better than the movie. No, this is true. The books
It's
in this
Books are
case
always better than the movie.
significantly better than this movie.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming big. Do you think they're going to bring like an Akatar? Is that what it's called? Akatar?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think they're
So
going to do a
it's
movie series?
a court of thorns and roses series, and they shorten it. That's the acronym is ACOTAR.
Ah, I
Anyway,
see.
yeah.
That is hard to say.
Yeah.
A court of thorns and roses.
And roses.
And
Yes.
then, yeah. Okay. All
Because
right.
that's the first book in the series, and it like that's just what the series is called.
Everybody's doing okay. I will say, while I haven't read the books, everybody is doing like the fan art of like the main characters. I see them all the time on
Yes.
TikTok or whatever.
Yes.
Do you have like a favorite character?
So I do.
Okay.
I have, well, first of all, Feyre, the main girl, like the
Mm.
main protagonist,
Mhm.
she's so badass and so amazing, and I love her.
Okay.
Unlike Bella, she's very like,
Okay. We have opinions.
you know, she's
Yes.
with it. Like she's
Sure.
making her life the way it needs to be, you know.
Okay, queen.
Um, I also really love Rysand. I guess that's how you pronounce it. In my head, I pronounce it Rysand, which
That's
is
what I
not.
would say.
Yes, but
I would
it's
also say
technically, I
Rysand.
think, based on the people who like know
Mm-hmm.
more than me,
Sure.
um, it's Rysand, which I hate
I
more.
would just say
Anyway,
Rysand.
I know, yeah. So anyway, but he is my favorite, and
Okay.
like I can't tell you why, or it would like spoil it.
No, please.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, but the thing is like I've created the little world in my head. This is why I'm
Yeah.
like not looking forward. So if they decide to make it into movies, which I mean I feel like they will because,
Sure.
money. But like I've made the world in my head the way that I want it to be, and I like
Mm-hmm.
have envisioned all the characters the way
Mm-hmm.
that I want them to look. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's hard for me to look at all the like fan art and AI generated like
Yeah.
content because it's like different than how I like it's similar
Yeah.
but like
Different.
different.
Yeah.
And I just, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
know.
blame
It's
you.
like a little bit disappointing. Just like when I watched the Harry Potter movies, which were very good, I thought.
Yes.
The books were better, obviously, but like I had all of these envisions in my head, and now I can't remember like what I
What they
originally thought
were.
the characters were going
Mhm.
to be because every time I reread the books, it's like what the movie told me it should be,
Yeah. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? I love when people pick on that line.
Oh my God.
No, I get what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I had visions of them or not because so that was a series that my mom, shout out mom, would read us to bed every night. And
Mm-hmm.
as a kid, I can't remember like if I thought about it, or if I was more like, no, 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 keep reading because I definitely don't want to go to sleep right now.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Mm,
When you read a book,
yeah.
are you like constantly envisioning in your brain, in your mind's eye, like you have like it's like a movie
Yes.
almost where you're like
Indeed.
not even seeing the words on the page
You're
anymore,
just
you're
seeing
just
the
like
scene.
seeing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so that's how I read too. Apparently that's not
Yes.
how everyone reads.
No, it's not,
Yeah,
which is very interesting.
Chris told me he doesn't really like fantasy books that much because it's just like too much for his brain.
Ah.
Like he doesn't do very well with the mind's eye,
Hmm.
like creating those
Mm-hmm.
visions. Visions, it sounds kind of psyche, but um you know what I mean. You
Just
know what I
yeah, I
mean.
do. Like,
Okay.
yeah, you can't like when you say, "Do you know what an apple looks like?" I see the apple
Right.
in my head.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everybody does that. Apparently,
No.
that's not. You can't always. Not everyone can conjure the picture in their head of the
Right.
thing that you're saying.
Right.
They take it for
Yeah.
literally face value.
It's different. And I think it probably has something to do with like learning styles. And I'm like a
Sure.
very
Yeah.
visual person. Like I
Me as well.
need to like see the math in order for it to make sense to me.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah. So maybe that's why.
I think that's why, even though it was a time suck, I could only remember things that I had physically written down, including my notes. So, because I could see the way that I wrote it, especially with like science terms, if I wrote it in purple, like my brain would
Yeah.
be like, oh, I remember forming the letters with the definition of
Mm-hmm.
like mitochondria, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yep.
Just learns different.
Anyway, now that we've
Long
taken
story
up
long. That's not even what this is about.
that was a fun segue.
It was
All
so
right.
fun.
I'm gonna disclaim. So today we're talking about YouTube's. So we're going to talk about like the history of the company and like when the first YouTube video was posted and blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
We are not experts on anything. It's very difficult to find sources on contemporary social media. I'm just saying.
So sad.
So some of this stuff is from like a blog of
Yeah.
some kind. So
Sure.
we're just gonna like go with it. And if it's wrong, then just yell at me later. If you have if you come here to get any kind of advice, definitely don't do that.
Mm-mm.
And but if you want to hear about YouTube and like how it was formed and things you may not have known about YouTube, then continue listening. Thank you so much.
And now the good news.
And now the good news.
So, of course, there's space news. There's actually two pieces of space news, but I picked this one because the other one was too new, and I saw it after I'd already picked this one. And ironically, you can see this particular space news on YouTube as well.
Very
So
nice.
we've included the link there. But anyway, I titled this one Bring Me the Pillars. And that's because there's a team at NASA that unveiled a jaw dropping new visual of the pillars of creation space formation. And if you don't know what those are, it really does look like um, clouds of or pillars made of clouds and stardust, and it's beautiful and very cool. I don't know exactly when they it was made famous after Spotted in 1995, but I think that was like the very first like, hey, they're there. But that the reason this is so significant is because now we have a 3D way of visualizing the structure.
Wow.
So 1995, captured by Hubble Space Telescope, beautiful, gorgeous, and it was in the heart of what's called the Eagle Nebula. And now this new 3D visualization can actually use data from the James Webb Telescope to produce a multi-wavelength movie of these structures.
Wow.
Right. It's like technology, right? So what they did is they flew, not they didn't actually like fly. Flying is in quotations. They flew past the pillars like you would with a drone. Imagine that. And they would do this kind of flyby 360 around the pillars to capture the view. And in order to give it color, because nothing has like visible light doesn't pass through space. So that's why it's so weird. And people are like, it doesn't actually look like that. It doesn't, because instead what they use is visible light and infrared light to capture like a saturation so that you have something to distinguish what from what in the photos. And then the two telescopes that did this, so the Hubble is the visible light, the Webb one is the infrared, and now they've put both of those together and you have a more complex photo that is distinguishable visually and then also provides that 3D effect around the structure. It stretches 9.5 light years across. The Eagle Nebula lies in the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way, so shout out to my Saggies. And it's also in the constellation Serpens, and the tower spans more than twice the distance from our sun to its nearest star, which is so crazy. So anyway,
it is crazy.
If you want to see this video, it is both in the link that the article was detailed in, but it's also a direct link that we have to the YouTube video that you can see it. It's so freaking pretty and so cool. And that's all I have for that one. So anyway,
I love it.
Go check it out. The second one is a little bit smelly. So in Bulgaria, archaeologists are now undertaking routine excavations, found something that was in an ancient sewer system. You like gross. Also, just gonna. They're basically.
Are we sure it was ancient?
Well, I mean, you got to pound through that stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
Potentially literal shit. Yeah. And there was a pristine, which I think is funny use of words, a pristine marble statue of the messenger god Hermes. Perhaps buried to protect it because at the time Christianized Romans were kind of like you cannot have non like Christian gods.
Yeah.
And they were destroying it, which is just fantastic. And it was located in the sewers specific to Heraclea Sentica, which is a lesser known ancient site at the border of Greece. The Greco-Bulgarian border region was the site of Macedonian kingdom of Philip II and Alexander the Great, and it is believed Philip II built Heraclea Sentica. And the team of excavators said that the statue is one of the finest ever found in Bulgaria. Sadly, it was in a sewer again. It's just gross. Starting in 388 CE, the city was racked by earthquakes repeatedly over several decades until the year 500, when it was just abandoned outright. And then, of course, there was gradual control of the area by nomadic tribes like the Bulgars and the Huns.
Yeah.
The hypothesis as to why such a costly statue was in there, again, the residents thought it would be safer from earthquakes, potentially. They were worried that the Romans, who were already kind of taking down a lot of the idols of pagan gods that were being seized. So it was like, whatever. And then, of course, efforts are ongoing to remove the statue because they want to display it at the History Museum in Petrich. So anyway, Once under the light of the day, the statue, whose head was entirely unscathed, which kind of only suffered damage around the lower arms, is going to be cleaned prior to that and hopefully sanitized. And then it will be there for everyone to see. So super magical and also kind of smelly.
Interesting. I like.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. After all the earthquakes and stuff, like still in like really good condition. That's crazy.
They said we need a place where it won't get damaged.
I just imagine people like going down there and like seeing the statue and being like, what
interesting placement.
Okay. I mean, have you seen those new TikTok sounds? It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
No.
Okay,
oh my god.
Nurse TikTok is crazy. And so it starts, what's your favorite position? And it's always okay, it's not
I've seen those.
For you. That's what I imagine this to be.
And the nurse is like giving them an enema.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I imagine this where they're just like, where do you want to put it? And they're like, sewers. And they're like, all right. It's okay.
Seems reasonable.
Anyway, what isn't in the sewers is YouTube. That's out and about.
True. YouTube is out and about. It's doing very well.
There are sewers in YouTube, guaranteed.
There are many things in YouTube. It is like the video version of Google, and
really is. Frighteningly.
Yeah. So if you live under a rock or are Amish,
or in a sewer,
YouTube is a social media platform and website for sharing videos. It was registered on February 14th, 2005. I was in 5th grade at the time.
Me too.
By Steve Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jod Karim. 3 former employees of the American e-commerce company PayPal.
Oh, okay.
They had the idea that ordinary people would enjoy sharing their home videos. The company is headquartered in San Bruno, California.
Okay.
Shortly after the site opened on a limited beta basis in May 2005, it was attracting some 30,000 visitors per day. And by the time YouTube was officially launched on December 15th, 2005, it was served more than 2 million videos each day.
Holy cow.
By January 2006, that number had increased by more than 25 million views. The number of videos available at the site surpassed 25 million on March 2006, with more than 20,000 new videos uploaded on a daily basis. By the summer of 2006, YouTube was serving more than 100 million videos per day, and the number of videos being uploaded to the site showed no sign of slowing down.
People were like, I will take this and run with it.
And that was within the first year.
That's insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
It's also very new. Like a new way to like share. Probably some creepy stuff.
Oh my god. Well, you know, the shoes video was like
golden,
revolutionary. All of that like early YouTube stuff like was very like weird, but like very niche and good.
I agree. Beauty community got started. Yeah.
No, but that was like 10 years later. This the early stuff.
Numa guy.
Yeah. Badger, mushroom.
I'm getting deep.
I know.
All hail.
No.
I know that wasn't there, but it just makes me. I wish Nadira listened to our podcast.
I know. All right. So this is like a little synopsis. We're gonna get more in depth. Don't worry. So we're gonna jump forward just for a second. Google did buy YouTube because YouTube was like, we're getting too big for our britches. We can't handle it. So the company continually had to purchase more computer equipment and more broadband connections to the internet. In addition, YouTube was forced to allocate more financial resources for potential litigation, as many media companies discovered that some of the videos uploaded to YouTube contained copyrighted materials,
which they did not account for some reason.
Yes. With limited success and the internet was very new at this point.
It's true.
Like nobody thought that it was going to be the hellscape that it is currently. With limited success in commercializing its website or containing its growth costs, YouTube began looking for a buyer. In 2005, the American search engine company Google had launched a video service called Google Video, if you remember, if you were there back in the day. But it failed to generate much traffic, and Google was prompted to purchase YouTube for 1.65 billion with a B in stock in November 2006, which in 2006, that was an insane amount of money.
That is. Oh my
Rather
God.
than merging the websites, however, Google continued YouTube's operation as before. They kept it exactly the same.
That's a good idea.
I agree. That's the best
That was
idea
the
Google's
best
ever
idea.
had.
Yeah.
To reduce the risk of copyright infringement lawsuits, Google negotiated deals with a number of entertainment companies, which would allow copyrighted video material to appear on YouTube and would give YouTube users the right to include certain copyrighted songs in their videos. It also agreed to remove tens of thousands of copyrighted video files from YouTube.
That's a lot of work at that time as well.
I know. In November 2008, Google reached an agreement with Goldwyn Mayer, which is MGM, to show some of the studio's full-length movies and television shows, the broadcast being free to watch with advertisements running alongside the programs.
Cute.
And I don't know if you remember this, Kirsten, which I'm sure we'll touch on later as well. The time in which YouTube decided to put ads on YouTube was, everyone was like so mad.
Yes.
I was mad. Like,
yes.
I didn't, because we were watching TV with ads. There was no, like, Netflix hadn't really caught on yet.
Nope.
There was no streaming.
Nope.
So, like, we were forced to watch ads on TV. Why should we be forced to watch ads on YouTube?
Yep.
It was a
free
huge
service.
deal. Yeah.
And I think it's gotten crazier in terms of ads as well.
Yeah. No, it really has. And, like, we're going to talk about, like, getting paid as a creator and like all these other revenue sources on YouTube. So we'll talk about it. So that's like kind of the overview of the company. Now we're going to get into the kind of the nuts and bolts of it. So as we stated before, Steve Chen was one of the founders of YouTube. And it all started when Steve Chen's flat hosted the other YouTube founders for supper. Chen and his buddy Chad Hurley spent the party taking photographs and videos of each other. All of them were ex-co-workers of the American e-commerce firm PayPal. And the pals created a video sharing service after seeing the desire to distribute videos online. So they were like testing it out at this dinner, I guess. Cute. They realized that new websites like Flickr made sharing digital photos simpler, thus a platform for sharing videos was viable. Chen was a great coder, while Hurley's design skills could make the new website appealing. First, the three creators resolved to create simple software for everyone, including a non-technical people.
That's important.
They also intended to create a video upload and viewing app that didn't need any special software, which was also important because I think Adobe had like a video viewer thing, but you had to have the software. It was like a whole thing.
Yep.
They also sought to avoid requiring site users to register to see shared footage. Finally, the creators needed a fast search capability to discover video archives.
Nice.
To start planning, the crew moved to a larger workspace above a pizza and Japanese restaurant in San Mateo, California. Their first video, Me at the Zoo, was published in April 23rd, 2005, and they shared most of the site's activity in May 2005. YouTube began 6 months later in November 2005, and YouTube received 11.5 million in the same month.
Question.
Yes.
It was a free site. How were they earning money?
Great question.
Yeah.
So we will read on to see.
Okay.
So they were so I guess in November of 2005, they made $11.5 million.
Which is still crazy in 2005.
Yes. Around 65,000 new videos were posted daily and had 11 million views, dazzling the digital industry. Google bought YouTube. We talked about that in 2006. YouTube added video adverts,
Mm-hmm.
advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
In August 2007, YouTube introduced pre-roll ads after Chad Hurley first rejected them because they would be bothersome to users.
Thank you, Chad. We agree.
Yes, we love Chad.
He tried.
The only Chad that I've ever decided to like.
Sorry to all the Chads out there.
So it was quickly they kind of added ads on.
Yeah.
But it was a big deal. So I think they probably were making money through like maybe they had like backers or something,
It
and
could be.
per video they were getting paid. I don't know.
And also, just a small note, even though there were ads in 2007, I also remember that, and I could be wrong about this, maybe it's a fever dream, right? But I also feel like it was dependent on the length of the video as to whether you would get an ad. So middle school me, who was watching anime on YouTube because it didn't air where I was, they would purposefully, and again, this is why I think it's not a fever dream, but they would purposefully make the video in like 20 parts because they would circumvent the ads and you could just watch them on the playlist continuously without having the ads in between.
I still think, and I don't know if this is true, but because I watch a lot of like long form content now on YouTube. So I still think that the video has to be 10 minutes or longer in order to get
Is that still the case?
I believe that's still true.
Okay.
Which is why most people on YouTube don't even bother posting unless it's more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it makes sense if you're an earner. If you're a viewer, you're like, this is crap.
I agree.
Right, yeah.
I agree. But as a creator, you have a lot of different options because you don't necessarily have to do the pre-roll ads. You can like have a sponsored video and then that can,
Exactly.
Anyway,
long story long.
So in January 2009, it had 43% of the market share and 6 billion videos. Since then, YouTube has become the ideal cinematic platform for artists to show their talents.
Fair enough.
All right. So the viral video that contributed to YouTube breaking its record was a Nike advertisement depicting Brazilian soccer star Ronaldo collecting his golden boots, or golden cleats, as we call them in America. In September 2005, the video received its first million views, and that was the first time any video had gotten 1 million views on YouTube.
Crazy.
This attracted not just many views, but also Nike's understanding of YouTube's advertising potential.
Thanks, Nike.
So the first video that was ever uploaded was only 18 seconds long, like we talked about. And it was one of the founders praising elephants that have really big trunks at the zoo.
I mean, that's fair.
And it has Nike. I think it currently has, let's see. I think I read somewhere it has like 240 million views or something like that.
That's awesome.
Which is chump change kind of now. But
yeah, for sure.
Still. Okay. So YouTube's trademark logo and domain were registered on February 14th in 2005. Yeah. That was pretty much it. Karim, one of the founders, in 2006 interview said that the driving force was the impediment to obtaining internet's recordings of Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction in the 2004 Super Bowl and of that winter's terrible tsunami. So like they wanted, I guess, to get trademarks and stuff before.
Yeah. And now look at TikTok. Instantaneous.
Yeah. Anyway, so first video on December 15th, 2005, the site officially emerged from beta. So Sequoia Capital invested 3.5 million and they launched their website.
So that's how they really made their money.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
In June 2006, a deal with NBC ushers in a new digital age. So in February, NBC demanded that YouTube remove one of their televised SNL video, Lazy Sunday. Shout out Lonely Island.
For real.
Claiming copyright violations. Not only did the video sharing website comply with the request, but it also started its content verification program, assisting other content owners in preventing future infringements. Later, NBC recommended that YouTube advertise its fall television programs, and this agreement made successful relationships with other content producers possible.
Yeah, they're like, you can't have that for free, but
But you can advertise our stuff.
right, you can 100% advertise this.
And then in October 2006, Google bought them for an outrageous amount of money. YouTube's early success. So in May 2007, the partner program launched. This enables YouTube to pay ordinary individuals for viral content, which
I'm
is
not
where
ordinary.
You are ordinary.
It's so
Therefore,
rude.
some individuals have made six-figure salaries via YouTube by converting their interests into companies.
Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Gab Smolders.
Yeah. Phil DeFranco show.
Lauren Z side.
Yeah. What's Casey Neistat?
Tati.
All
Kathleen.
the YouTubers. Yep. So in 2011, launching YouTube Live
to compete with Twitch for sure.
Yes. In December 2012, the first billion hit video. It took them quite a long time to hit a billion. Gangnam Style.
But I love that. I love that it's Korean.
I know. Was YouTube's most watched video until June 2020 when Despacito topped it with 6.8 billion views. Also, YouTube broke from Gangnam Style views.
I remember this.
The view counter was modified to a 64-bit integer to record values more significant than 32 bits. In August 2012, the video sharing platform covered the presidential election.
I remember YouTube getting broken.
Yeah.
That video was all the rage.
I did watch that video.
And everybody tried to do the dance. And I honestly thank you, Psy, for getting everybody involved in K-pop like so early in 2012.
It opened the door.
It did.
November 2014, Music Key was introduced, which is it's a service streamed music videos without ads. YouTube Red replaced Music Key in 2015. In 2015, YouTube Red launched. And then in 2018, you see YouTube Premium, which is now what YouTube Red used to be. 2016, YouTube Go debuts. Google launches YouTube Go, a low-end software for offline watching in places with poor internet. Also, YouTube Go lets users download videos. YouTube headquarters had a shooting in 2018.
What?
Yep. 38-year-old Naseem Najafi Agdam was the shooter.
Oh my God.
She killed herself after injuring 3 people. Yeah. And
that's so sad.
I know.
Why?
I don't know.
Sad.
It's just a little blip, I guess. I don't know. I don't know any more info. But I also don't remember hearing about it. But like that's not new in American culture. So in May 2018, YouTube Red becomes YouTube Premium, like we predicted.
It's also terrible.
In November 2018, YouTube ad pod testing, which means Google began testing ad pods, 2 commercials stacked back to back, so viewers can go straight to the content if it's not the correct ad for them. On November 21st, 2018, when viewers watch 2 commercials in a break, they're less likely to be disturbed by advertising later, which is true. And now they have the skip button.
Sometimes.
Not
always.
You're right.
Freaking YouTube.
September 2019, YouTube launches Video Reach. YouTube produces an AI-powered ad at Advertising Week in New York. Its new Video Reach marketing platform employs machine learning to find the best ad combinations. Advertisers will stop controlling categories, better outcomes, ad format flexibility, audience engagement, and reach and cheaper advertising expenditures.
Or just don't give me ads.
We just love ads.
Just don't give me ads. That
YouTube
sounds
is an
better.
ad company at this point.
Absolutely.
In June 2020, YouTube eliminates categories. YouTube categories became less relevant as algorithms get more complicated and understandable. YouTube relied on people to categorize videos back then. The system classifies videos and shows them to the most probable viewers now.
That makes sense.
Because the
Yeah.
algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
January 2022, YouTube is the second most popular social network globally. YouTube rules video social media with 2.2 billion monthly active users. Billion. There's 8 billion people total in the world. So
Yeah.
like 20%, is that right?
I don't do
20%
math.
of
I trust
people.
you. Yeah.
Sure.
That's about right. It tastes
of
right.
people, yeah,
Yeah. That's
in
all
the
that
world
matters.
are
Yeah.
actively using YouTube.
Not surprising.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that is the timeline.
I have
So
thought about getting the premium because I'm so tired of the ads, but I'm also subscriptioned out. Like,
same.
I have way too many subscriptions to be paying that much to not be disturbed by an ad.
Right.
I don't know. At the end of the day, if it's somebody that I watch regularly and I know that they earn from it, I'm like, well, I mean, it's supporting them, I guess, because they get revenue from it. It's like the same with Twitch in a way. So,
yeah, I agree.
Whatever.
It's whatever. I don't find the ads like I kind of like ads. I don't know why. I think because in this era of like just constantly streaming with no interruptions, I used to like like commercials on TV. They did get annoying after a while, but it was nice because then you like got up, went to the bathroom, like did your thing, and then like sat back down again. You know what I mean? Like it gave you a little brain break.
That's also could be why our attention spans are so bad, because it's like a real constant stream of entertainment at a push of a button. I will argue and say that I have yet to see an ad on YouTube where it's not something that I just recently talked about or Googled and they're like, here's all the content in your face about this one thing that you might not even care about.
Well, and that's the argument,
right?
Like for algorithms, you know, like you're getting marketed and it'll just wear you down over time.
Well, I just talked about this yesterday at a whim.
Okay, so like let's talk about what are our most frequent ads right now.
Right now I'm getting a lot of Wayfair ads because I'm looking for new side tables. And I Googled them on Amazon once this past week, and now everything is Wayfair. You got just what I need.
Well, there's a lot of celebrities in the Wayfair ads now, which is kind of interesting.
Really?
Yeah, like noticed. Kelly Clarkson has her own line for Wayfair.
Oh, I've ignored them all, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I've looked at, I don't mind Wayfair, but they're just so expensive. Anyway, go ahead.
Are they really?
Yes.
I feel like they're not more expensive than IKEA.
I can get a pack of two. I can get a pack of two side tables from Amazon for the same cost as one from Wayfair on sale. At least the ones. Okay. In fairness, I will give it this. We have to have really tall side tables because with our new bed, I did not anticipate needing like 40-foot tall side tables. I think it's so tall.
Well, sounds like a you problem.
It definitely is. My current side tables are like 26 inches tall, I think 24, 26. But in order for me to be even close to even with my bed, they have to be at minimum 30 inches tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
very niche.
So Wayfair, we're getting a lot of Wayfair. Anything else that sticks out?
I honestly try to ignore them.
Okay.
It's mostly Wayfair though. And also for some reason, Thinx, which if you're not a woman, you probably don't know what that is. But I've never even looked them up.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there was a commercial on TV that may have eluded the rest of my devices. That maybe I was interested. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
I've been getting cakes a lot. Again, if you're not a woman, you wouldn't know what that is.
Okay.
But they're nipple covers.
No, they are. Yeah. But they're the good kind, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently they're super great. And I really want to try them.
That's why they're advertising.
I know. I get them. No, and I get those not. I get the cakes one not only on YouTube, but I get that on TikTok as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm getting like both. It's awful.
There is one more that I am getting, and it's 110% my fault. We were talking about pet insurance at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and I did like one of the little quote things to like
Mm-hmm.
see, and now I'm getting all the spot.com
Yeah.
pet insurance commercials.
I
Like
do get a lot
every
of
single
the
time.
like pretty litter,
Yeah.
cat litter ones.
Yeah.
I get that.
That one I have noticed. That one's on like repeat.
Mm.
I'm like, y'all, it's not, it was one time. This is
One
just
time.
once, and
Yeah.
now my whole life is saturated with it.
Mm. Okay.
Anyway,
All right. So we're gonna let you guys take a break. Think about the ads that you get served, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We spend a lot of time joking about our mediocrity and how we can't believe people actually listen to our pods and join our lives.
despite that, the truth is we are so thankful to have our little community, and we want to send our special thanks to all you MCP fam members for continuing to stick with us every episode. It does not go unnoticed.
It might be cheesy and a little cliche, but we truly want to thank you for listening to our pods and engaging with our content as we slowly grow our platforms.
So from us over here at Mediocre Content Podcast,
Thank you.
you.
Now, enough of this mushy stuff. Let's get back to the pod. Welcome back to the podcast about YouTubes.
Indeed.
Okay. So, let's see. We're going to talk about YouTube's ad subscription based business model. Yay!
I am so done with subscriptions.
So, most of Google's revenue is from its proprietary advertising service, Google AdWords. Whenever a visitor clicks on an advertisement, advertisers may earn between a few cents to more than $5, especially for highly competitive searches like insurance, houses, and loans. It is to be noted that the AdWords is the platform through which advertisers place ads on YouTube and pay for them to Google. These ads get displayed via AdSense, through which creators earn a share. Very exciting.
So exciting. I mean, good for Google, I guess.
Yes. Yep.
They
YouTube
will get their
Premium.
money.
So YouTube offers that uninterrupted ad-free YouTube. And YouTube Music starting at $11.99 per month. And this was written a while ago, so it might be more than that now.
Yeah, they change all the time. Yeah.
YouTube shares a part of your premium monthly membership fee with creators. Best of all, the more videos you watch from your favorite creators, the more money they make.
Fancy.
Currently, YouTube Premium Lite is being piloted in some regions of Europe, offering more affordable premium subscriptions. The model will lack some of the YouTube Premium features like offline downloads and background playback. So if you don't want to spend that much money.
Background playback?
Yeah.
What's that?
Great question. I have no idea.
I will look it up.
Yeah.
Background playback. Oh, weird. Okay. So it says background playback allows the content to play in the background while the screen is off. So, when you're listening to Spotify and you turn off your phone screen.
Yeah.
Okay, YouTube, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You are video content.
But maybe because I know a lot of people listen to lo-fi music or sounds.
Maybe so.
Maybe
okay.
So. All right.
Sneaky.
Now we're getting into YouTube channel membership, which is a paid monthly subscription to a channel. So if you have a favorite creator who has a channel, the subscribers pay a monthly fee to access extra benefits, similar to what you would get on probably Patreon or something like that.
Twitch as well. Yep.
Exclusive content and support for their favorite creators. The membership offerings may include exclusive live streams, live chat, badges, and custom emojis. Prices will vary by creator and country, but the United States pricing options range from 99 cents to $99. And I don't know who is charging $99 for exclusive content, but come on now.
The Kardashians.
I was thinking more X-rated things, but I was like, maybe I think that's against YouTube's
It
like
is, yes.
user agreement, so that doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Suddenly it's you feet find. Not sponsored.
not sponsored. YouTube takes a 30% share of the channel's membership profits.
Jeez.
Yes, indeed.
It's a big chunk.
Pay-per-view on YouTube. A lot of YouTube content is available on pay-per-view basis. These include movies, shows, and other video content that can be purchased or rented for viewing at a low cost. Similar to like Amazon Prime
Yeah.
movies.
And they have like certain WWE fights or whatever
Yep.
that you can pay
Yep.
for.
And then
Yep.
YouTube TV, very similar. The base plan costs $64.99 per month.
Mhm.
And you can watch live TV from a bunch of different channels. Apparently, Philip has it and he says it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I have too many streaming things to bother with this.
We do Fubo, which is
Oh, yeah.
expensive, but I get to watch hockey all season long. So,
That's nice.
yeah.
So, another feature of YouTube is the partner program and ad-based revenue for channels. So the YouTube partner program mainly provides creators access to YouTube monetization features. This way, the revenue sharing model gets followed and the video creator gets entitled to share in ads getting flashed or based on premium users' watch time. For YouTube Shorts monetization, Google distributed a separate budget of 100 million among their creators according to the watch time. Later, there are speculations of YouTube Shorts becoming part of the YPP for revenue sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So the minimum requirements to get your video monetized is you have to adhere to all the community guidelines, which from what I've heard are very vague. So they could literally strike you for anything, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. They are so, and those are rules to be followed for any like to be advertiser friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If let's see. Also, there are chances of an active strike on your channel and your earnings are in potential danger. So just be aware. Like it's always a crapshoot with these things because it's very subjective. There's no like real concrete. I mean, there is like obviously like be like family friendly, I think is like the best way to put it. But it also just kind of depends, right? You must be a residency of a country where the YouTube partner program is still available, and it is required to have more than 4,000 public watch hours in the preceding 12 months and at least 1,000 channel subscribers. Finally, you need to sign up for a link to the Google AdSense account. Once you meet those conditions and sign the terms of agreement, then you go to then you sign the terms of agreement, go to YouTube Studio. After that, click on the monetization option given in the left menu, and this is really specific. Now click start on the window with the review partner program terms and acknowledge and sign, and then you can get monies.
And also, I know you mentioned like the YouTube shorts. They are now included. So you can do the YouTube short videos included in your watch hour, but it's separate. So you either have like the watch hours from your video content or you have the watch hour minimum through your shorts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was written a little while ago. Not too long ago, but like a little while.
But it changes so much. So it just, if you're thinking about getting into it.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like you can get monetization for like less. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes anymore. It's just like based on total number of watch hours, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know how much, I don't know the back end. Like, if it maybe says like, yeah, you can be monetized, but your videos still have to be a certain length to count.
Yeah.
For certain things. I don't know.
I don't know either. So sponsored videos. YouTube sponsored videos are paid for by a sponsor to promote their product or service. Companies and brands reach out to YouTube channels with huge subscriber bases, or even some like with not that many, to make a video that can promote their sales.
Yep.
Just to be fully transparent, we have not received that because our YouTube channel doesn't have that many people.
Our podcast hasn't either, but that's fine also.
Go watch our YouTube. Okay.
That's a shameless plug.
Yeah. Affiliate advertisement. So YouTubers can leverage the affiliate programs offered by brands with one-time or even reoccurring commissions on sales. For example, if a creator decides to promote an editing tool like Canva, then they can first create an affiliate account with them. After that, they can get an affiliate link with tracking parameters that need to be placed in your video or channel text description. Conversion through clicks on the link will earn your affiliate income.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exciting. That's another way to make money on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube Studio is the tool that YouTube provides for managing your channel. It contains all the information required to examine a vast quantity of data. Moreover, if the site considers you a partner, you may begin monetizing your channel, evaluating your revenue, and getting free music to use in your movies.
Free music.
YouTube Premium subscription. So you can obviously do the YouTube Premium subscription, which was previously YouTube Red. We talked about that already. Some advantages to having the premium: you get YouTube Originals, background play, which we just figured out what that is, and you can download videos. Also, which I tried to do the other day, is I tried to queue up videos in my like queue, and you can't do that unless you have YouTube Premium.
That's ridiculous.
I think so too. Spotify lets me do it.
Yeah, come on now.
So anyway, that's just some like fun little things that happen on YouTube if you're interested. Yeah. I don't know. That's all I've got. Oh geez. Favorite YouTube channel. I don't know. I watch a lot of like vlog stuff. So I really enjoy Mary Skinner. She used to be on TikTok, but now she's YouTube and Instagram only. And her vlogs are just cool. She just moved to Scotland with her husband.
Fun.
And so I really enjoy, and the style that she uses is really nice. I also watch a lot of like cozy gaming content on YouTube. And then I do watch some of the drama channels just to keep me hip on what the kids are talking about these days.
That's fair.
Yeah. And like I do still watch Tati every once in a while. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know.
Yeah. I also watch Tati still.
I will say one last one. I watch Feed Maymay, which is a food vlogger from San Francisco. And cute. She does a lot of Disney food. She does a lot of like just regular, like I'm learning a lot about like Asian food that I previously didn't know about, which is very exciting. And she goes all up and down like the California coast. Nice. And I found her when we first moved here. And so some of the places that she's recommended, we've actually gone to, and it's been really cool.
Oh, were they good?
Yeah, they were so good. Yeah.
Any recommendations?
I will say, let me see. So she went to, so for Disneyland for sure.
Yes.
Like a lot of the food there is good. And we went to the Food and Wine Festival at Disneyland, which she also went to. And we tested a lot of things and they were very good.
We tested a
lot of things. Like we specifically spent a whole day just eating.
That's so awesome. That sounds like my
so good
favorite kind of day.
It was great. And it was like kind of rainy that day, which was great because it wasn't that crowded. It was great.
That sounds awesome. That's good. I watch a lot of gaming channels. I do watch Tati. I used to watch a lot of Kathleen Lights and Simply Nailogical. I've since kind of I still follow them, like I'm still subscribed to them, but I just don't watch them as often. But then I watch like James Turner. He does a lot of Sims content, which I like to watch because that's kind of my cozy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then the other people that I watch do a lot of horror stuff. So like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Gab Smolders, they do a lot of like horror-based content or like new game content. And I don't like watching it when I'm by myself. So watching somebody else play it is somehow comforting.
Yeah.
Because I'm like not by myself.
Okay.
So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So obviously we have our YouTube, and that's one of the ways that you can connect with us if you want to. Now, some of them are our previous streams, which we're not doing right now, which is we use Twitch for our streams. Obviously, after this episode, you know that you can stream on YouTube too. So you got lots of options, but we are there. And then the rest of them are our regular recorded pods, just uploaded as another avenue. So if you do have premium, you can use that playback thing and turn your screen off and just have a good old listen.
Oh, yeah.
You can do all of those things on YouTube at Mediocre Content Podcast. You can also find us at our Gmail there if you have any questions, comments, corrections, or any topics you'd like to hear about at mediocrecontentpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram and TikTok, as usual, at the same exact handle. Please rate us 5 stars. We really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week.
This has been Mediocre Content.
Thanks so much for listening. Cheers.
Cheers.